Hey, what's going on, Burritos Nation? It's your boy Jacob here. I know this isn't the highest quality of video, but I haven't done a video for a while, and I realized that I had not done an AEW All Out 2021 predictions video, and I always do it before my before the pay-per-views. So I wanted to do that last second. I don't know if this is coming out the day of on Sunday All Out, but or if it's going to be coming out tonight, Saturday night. That I'm recording this right now. It's about 9 p.m. About. Um, uh, it's just a great time to be a pro wrestling fan. We had Wrestle Grand Slam night 1 was fantastic for New Japan, as well as night 2 is happening in a little bit here, and All Out is going to be absolutely incredible. We got CM Punk back. Just the world is just right in professional wrestling for the most part. Before I start my predictions, I want to give a big shout out to Daniel Van Boom from CNET. That's the site. And I just want to credit where I got the screenshot from. So yeah. All right. Anyways, I'm not going to do this in any specific order besides the fact of where he put the order. So first of all, we got Pac and Andrade El Idolo has been postponed because Pac is having travel issues from the UK. So that's going to be happening on the next Rampage, which is going to be a fantastic Rampage main event. So that's going to be cool. All right, but we got the pre-show match. It's a 10-man tag match. The Best Friends, which of course is Willer Yuta, Orange Cassidy, and Chuck Taylor. And Jurassic Express's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, those 5 versus the 5 of the Hardy Family Office, Matt Hardy and Private Party, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, and the Hybrid 2, Jack Evans and Angelico. Who do I think is going to win this match? I do think that we're going to have the babyfaces are going to win the pre-show match to get a nice little pop and cheer from the crowd. So I'm going to be thinking that the babyfaces, the Best Friends, and Jurassic Express are going to be defeating the Hardy Family Office and the Hybrid 2. So yep. All right, and then we have the Women's Casino Battle Royale. I meant to look up, but I totally brain farted, but we're just going to roll with it. I meant to look up who the participants are. We got some of the norms in there. We got Anna Jay's back. We got Ty Conti. We got Ali the Bunny. We got Penelope Ford. I'm thinking Big Swole will probably be in it. I know Callan King's in it. Sky Blue, very excited for her. I really like Sky Blue and NWA Power. And all these Hikaru Shida, a lot of them. And there's the rumors that Ruby Soho, aka Ruby Riott, is going to be joining AEW, which would be sick if she ended up being the Joker. I thought there was a possibility it was going to be her or Anna Jay, but it's definitely not going to be Anna Jay now that we know that she's in the Battle Royale. But yeah, my prediction for the Joker is Ruby Soho is joining AEW, but we'll definitely have to see. And who do I want to win, or who do I think's going to win? I really haven't put much thought into it, but I think I really haven't put much thought into this at all. I'm going to go on a limb here and say Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is going to get in it because I believe she just hit the top 5 in the rankings, and they may finally be giving her that chance for a title shot. It might be too early, but you know, sometimes there's a sink or swim thing, and even if she sinks for this one match and a title match, still it'll be a good learning experience for her. But I think that she would do really, really good against either Britt Baker or Chris Statlander, though. All right, and we have ourselves, we're just going to talk about this one, get this one out of the way. Paul White versus QT Marshall. It's going to be a cool nostalgia thing, but I definitely think Paul White is going to be winning this, and Paul White is going to be winning within 7 minutes. Probably going to be less, but I'm going to give QT Marshall the benefit of the doubt because I really like QT Marshall, and I think he's actually a very, very underrated wrestler and a great coach at the Nightmare Factory. So yeah, so I'm going with Paul White is going to defeat QT Marshall. We have ourselves a steel cage match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Oh my gosh, guys, I am not going to All Out. This will be the first All Out I'll be missing, unfortunately, just because I'm just being safe because of the pandemic. But I've been to the 2 other Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros matchups. At the first ever Double or Nothing fantastic match, and then the second one, the Escalera de la Muerte TLC ladder match at All Out 2019. Both matches incredible, and this match is going to do the exact same and may steal the show. It's in a steel cage, and it's Tony Khan wants to keep others out. I don't think that's 100% going to work, but I do think that this is the night, and I do predict that the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix and Penta El Cerro Miedo. I'm doing the hand signal, but you guys can't see. I think they're going to be defeating Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and we're going to have new AEW World Tag Team Championships. This next match, if you guys don't watch New Japan, I strongly recommend it. Satoshi Kojima is a legend, and he's not the type of legend that can't go anymore. The dude is absolutely incredible in the ring, and still today, he's in his 40s, I believe, mid 40s, I would have to guess, but he's absolutely incredible. And Satoshi Kojima versus Jon Moxley has the opportunity to be one of the show stealers. And for those of you that have not seen Satoshi Kojima, you are in for an absolute treat. And Jon Moxley and Satoshi Kojima is probably maybe the third match when it comes to matches I'm most excited for on this card. And I'm predicting Moxley's going to win, obviously, because he's AEW, and Satoshi Kojima isn't necessarily a contender for a world title in New Japan anymore. But he can go with the best of them, whether you're 20, whether you're 40, whether you're 50, 30, etc., etc. It's going to be an incredible match, New Japan style. I'm assuming they're going to have the 20 count, all New Japan rules. And it's going to be back and forth, strong style. And Jon Moxley's going to come out on top, but it's going to be a fight. The AEW Women's World Championship match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus the alien from the Andromeda Galaxy. Hopefully I said that right, Chris Statlander. And man, this is going to be a fantastic match. Britt Baker and Chris Statlander, definitely two of the best when it comes to the women's division and all of AEW all around. And I'm predicting that we're going to be having Britt Baker is going to be defeating Chris Statlander to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. And we'll probably have some interference from both Jamie Hayter as well as Rebel Not Ribba. So Britt Baker wins. The AEW TNT Championship is on the line. We have the Redeemer, Miro, versus Eddie Kingston. This is a very, very cool clash of styles here. We got the big, strong man, really good wrestler. He's doing the best work of his career, in my opinion. Miro against Eddie Kingston, coming from a neighborhood that was definitely very hard to grow up in, and he's just worked his way through the indies for 19, 20 years, and he's just got that really mean type of wrestling, and just he's going to do whatever it takes to defeat Miro and win the TNT Championship. Do I think it's Eddie's time? I would love it, honestly. I would love to see Eddie win. I'm most likely going to be cheering for him. Let's be honest, I'm going to be cheering for him. I love Eddie Kingston. And it's so awesome to be able to cheer for a really over Eddie again, to chant Eddie, Eddie. But I do think that Miro, the Redeemer, is going to be retaining his new awesome Bulgarian version of the TNT Championship. All right, so this next match, Chris Jericho versus MJF. This has all the possibility to be extremely, what's the word I'm looking for, emotional. Within the match, before the match, and after the match. Chris Jericho is putting his career on the line. He's lost 3 matches to MJF now. He lost one when they were in their circle together. He lost the Blood and Guts match when Sammy Guevara had to give it the match, and then still MJF chucked Jericho off of the Blood and Guts cage, and then he lost recently against MJF in the 5 Labors of Jericho. So this is the last chance. Of course, MJF's going to say, why should I wrestle you again? Because they've already beat you 3 times. But he's putting his career on the line, Jericho is, that he can never wrestle in AEW again. Now, my mind starts to think that, okay, he can wrestle in WWE or in New Japan. I don't want him back in WWE because I don't think that they'll use him correctly. But I would definitely still love to see him wrestle in New Japan. But he can still do that while in AEW. I do not want to see his AEW career come to an end. So I'm 100% pulling for Jericho in this match. But who do I want to win? I was leaning towards MJF, but I don't think that he's done yet. I think he's got so much more to give. And although he is full-time Rampage commentator now for AEW Rampage, which I love the show, by the way, I don't think Jericho is necessarily done yet. So I'm thinking Jericho's going to squeak by, even if he has to pull out some shenanigans and cheat, because even though Jericho's a babyface, he will always do whatever it takes to win. And I think Chris Jericho is going to be defeating MJF and staying an active member of the talents of the AEW roster. All right, so this is a match right here. I personally think it's possible this may main event. It probably will main event. I don't think it necessarily should main event because we're not 100% sure how well Punk can still go in the ring. But I'm very excited about it nonetheless. I was so excited about it. Even got a little bit emotional, like a lot of fans did when Punk came back. But we got Darby Allin with Sting against the best in the world, CM Punk. Is he still the best in the world? We shall see. He's definitely still one of the best in the world on the mic, that's for sure. He's got the gift for gab, as some would say. But CM Punk versus Darby Allin, who's going to win? A lot of people I've seen out there have done a bold prediction of Darby Allin defeating CM Punk, and then CM Punk having to what's the word I'm looking for? Humble himself and then get back on track after losing his first match to Darby Allin. I'm not going to be that bold. I'm going to be part of the majority and say that CM Punk is going to be defeating Darby Allin, and I do not think that he'll immediately be put into title contention, which is good. And the thing that I love about AEW, that guys actually have to earn their way to getting world title shots. So I think CM Punk is still going to be defeating Darby Allin. I'm excited to see who will go after him next. AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. This is the match I'm most excited for. I think this match is going to be absolutely incredible. We saw what they did on the first episode of Rampage on August 13th, and for the Impact World title, and I love Christian Cage as the Impact World Champion, as the TNA original, and just Kenny Omega and Christian Cage for the World Championship. And there's not going to be as much of a time restraint considering it's pay-per-view instead of television, 2 hours. Oh my gosh, this match is going to be incredible. Do I think Christian Cage is going to win though? No, I do not. I think Kenny Omega will retain the World Championship, and it'll be very, very interesting to see who goes after him next. I think that there's a big possibility we may get Hangman against Kenny at Full Gear. Honestly, I would push it towards Revolution 2022. Because that's when the whole started, the tease of Hangman turning on Kenny started with the Young Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny World Tag Team title match at Revolution 2020, right before the pandemic happened. I would love for that to happen. But either way, I think that Hangman will be the guy that beats him eventually. So yeah, I think Kenny's defeating Christian Cage in a phenomenal main event. Just to go over it again really fast, I think the Best Friends Jurassic Express will defeat the Hardy Family Office in Hybrid 2. I think Jade Cargill wins the Casino Battle Royale, and the Joker will be Ruby Soho. I think that the Lucha Brothers win the AEW World Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks in a steel cage. I think that Jon Moxley, in an awesome New Japan style, strong style match, defeats Satoshi Kojima. I think that the AEW Women's World Champion, Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defeats the Alien, Chris Statlander. Paul White defeats QT Marshall. Miro retains the Bulgarian version of the TNT Championship against Eddie Kingston. Jericho keeps his career alive in AEW by defeating MJF. CM Punk defeats Darby Allin. And Kenny Omega retains the World Championship, the AEW All Elite Wrestling World Championship against Christian Cage. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what your predictions are. And I love you guys so much. I'll see all of y'all burrito lovers later. We don't want no ham and cheese. We just want burritos, please. Yeah. All Out is going to be fantastic, guys.